let's take a look at the tail of the tape as we start to analyze what's going to go on, Rich.
All right, the two are the same age. They're barely separated by a week in age, in fact.
Undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, Felix Tito Trinidad. Damas y caballeros, presentamos el niño de oro, the golden boy, Oscar.
There's the possibility of anything happening here at the very beginning of this fight. Both these guys have tremendous power. Both men have been down.
Trinidad is supposed to be the slower starter. De La Hoya has told us he will box. He wants to counterpunch.
He studies his opponent in the first round or two.
Over a minute into the first round. So very much a feeling out first round. There's De La Hoya with a jab and a straight right hand. Misses. Now De La Hoya is starting to move forward.
He's quicker-handed, I believe, than Trinidad.
Some were whispering that his left hand wasn't completely healed.
Changing the momentum to where De La Hoya is moving forward.
And you know what's impressive so far is the hand speed of De La Hoya. Well, a very nondescript first round.
Esa es tu pelea.
Keep your distance outside. Take everything calmly, Felix. Just keep boxing.
Round two. Oscar De La Hoya in the blue trunks. Felix Trinidad in the white. They hardly need an introduction to you, but the jab. So far, Trinidad has used that punch a little bit more. Neither man has made it work real well. Again, there's the hook by Trinidad.
Looked tight in the first three rounds. Not relaxed down. Not really letting things go in the fluid nature that they normally do. Something to keep in mind, Al. Felix Trinidad has been down 6 times in his career.
Trinidad with the lead right that doesn't quite get there, and so far it has been a chess match. He's going to want to throw that punch, and it's a danger for him because De La Hoya could counter him with his own hook.
A weird step.
That is a strange step. Now Trinidad going after De La Hoya. They are mirror images of each other in the ring. They are the same height.
Tito, look, that was a great body shot by De La Hoya. But
Trinidad has thrown more punches than Oscar. There's the first jab landed by Oscar De La Hoya. Good right by De La Hoya. Starting to use the jab and use it with conviction. And this is with those combinations. Right hand by Felix Trinidad.
Tito starting to take more chances, too. Oscar heard that 10-second warning and goes to work.
Trinidad so far, I think, is making one dangerous move, and that's he's throwing lots of left hooks.
Hand back in a defensive posture after throwing that and missing.
Good jabs by Trinidad. So far, he's getting away with it. Now Trinidad becoming the aggressor, because he's done literally nothing offensively, very little there. He throws but misses a couple of shots. Again, De La Hoya sticking the jab out there, but then De La Hoya comes back with his own good uppercut by De La Hoya. Right hand by Trinidad, by De La Hoya, very close round.
Escúchame, lo estás llevando a la escuelita, ¿ok? Le estás dando lecciones de boxeo.
You're taking him to school.
Okay.
You're giving him a lesson.
Mantén esa distancia. Sigue manteniendo esa distancia, ¿ok?
Watching with us the fight of the millennium, Oscar De La Hoya in the blue trunks, the WBC welterweight champ. Trinidad walks into a jab as he tries to throw the right hand. We doubt it'll be that for the entire 12 rounds. Left hand gets in by Trinidad. And there's the De La Hoya jab getting in, and now things are starting to heat up a little bit. Neither man has landed much. Right hand gets in over the jab by Trinidad. That's something he'll want to do. De La Hoya still moving. He's had lateral movement throughout. Barely had to step in to even break a clinch. Good right hand by Trinidad. That's what he wants to get in.
Oscar hopes to make that work to his advantage in terms of counterpunching. You saw he tried to counter that jab there.
Are you surprised that De La Hoya's been able to get his right hand in as much as he has?
He's looked a little more urgent in his desire to get at Oscar in this round. But Oscar working that jab.
Felix Trinidad, the IBF champion. There's De La Hoya going to work with his jab. Things have started to heat up in this match.
time in any fight has long studied his opponent and is actively breaking down his opponent at that time. Trinidad beginning to get more active now, Al. He does have a great jab when he chooses to use it, Al. He showed that against Miguel Angel Gonzalez when he jabbed all night.
There's the jab from Trinidad. Should De La Hoya be busier though, Rich?
Yeah, he probably could be, but he's very concentrating on. I am surprised Oscar is.
Good hook by Oscar after the right hand.
See that they have great respect for each other's punching power.
They have to. Big right counter.
I think Oscar De La Hoya is winning this fight so far.
See, the hook doesn't get there for Trinidad. There's the left hook from De La Hoya. It missed. Quick right by De La Hoya. The hand speed of De La Hoya, I think, is the difference so far, Rich. Early in the round, De La Hoya landed good right hand by De La Hoya. And another, as did the right. Good right and a hook from De La Hoya. And every time he punches, counter. Good right by De La Hoya. And just the movement wouldn't win him around, but De La Hoya has punched enough to get it done. There's a nice right hand by Trinidad.
Well, because when he uses it, he's using it in combinations.
Trinidad continues his assault. Good right hand by Felix Trinidad. De La Hoya steals the action at the end of the round. Good jab by Trinidad. Counter right by De La Hoya.
Well, getting his right hand up to block the left hooks of Felix Trinidad. And he got right back out again. He got close to Trinidad, landed the right, and backed away.
Hook by Trinidad.
Keep moving. Feint and snap that jab.
Suck it up.
Skill Clancy.
Looking good, baby.
He seems to have the better power later in fights. He's shown it in a couple of fights. Now here's the De La Hoya that could get in trouble, standing right in front of Trinidad. The lateral movement of De La Hoya is giving Trinidad problems. The jab again by De La Hoya. He is looser now.
And Trinidad is having all kinds of trouble reaching Oscar with his punches.
And now the combination.
I expected more of a shootout. Trinidad's coming faster here, Al.
Just kind of staying there, not punching. That's what he did against Corte. Raised the head of De La Hoya. And the hook from De La Hoya gets in.
And Oscar got wide open for some reason defensively.
Every time the last 10 seconds come up, De La Hoya attacks. And Trinidad gets his own right hand in. So it's good. Oh, and Trinidad hits him after the bell.
There was the good right from Tito. That was a very good right hand by Tito at the end of the round. Then he definitely hit after the bell.
He has some trepidation. There's wild left hooks that missed by Trinidad. And amazingly, he stayed to it. Good right hand. And they're not used to seeing that so much from De La Hoya in recent fights. There's the jab again by De La Hoya. Trinidad frozen with that jab. Trinidad continues to be the aggressor. And he's working on the inside to the body and not taking any counter punches by Trinidad. Body punches by Oscar. Oh, one up from Halpern. Didn't look like there was a low blow there. Oh.
Tito chasing, Oscar boxing, staying on his toes as he promised he would. Well, it's possible. I don't think so. I've seen him throw it
in a long time, maybe ever.
He's not doing anything to wear Oscar De La Hoya down.
Right hand again gets in by De La Hoya. And again. And again, after the bell, comes Trinidad with a punch.
Let's go.
Will Oscar De La Hoya get fatigued from the movement? Will this man, Felix Trinidad, be able to cut the ring and land something big?
A few times with enough power in ones that he's missed to make me think that he's throwing it with intention.
Good right by, there goes De La Hoya with a good combination after Trinidad had landed.
However, you must remember, and I'm sure Oscar does as he takes that right hand, that he can't get complacent in the ring. Coming on a little in that last round, even if he lost the round, I thought he was doing better. He knew coming in that Oscar De La Hoya has been the beneficiary of very close decisions here.
Instead of setting down on for his comment, that left hook he set down on but missed. Big right by De La Hoya.
He's been doing what he wants. I wonder if Felix Trinidad is beginning to be discouraged. He cannot get complacent defensively and get too relaxed because Trinidad can make him pay at any moment. This fight is moving in his direction. But Oscar seems to sense something here.
De La Hoya's landed mostly right hands, and Trinidad has tried at least mostly to land the left hooks, though he has dropped in some right hands. He's just pecking away, finding his spots, throwing combinations, or running out of gas.
He looks to me like he did in the 7th and 8th rounds against Ike Corte.
There's the hook again by Trinidad. Good hook again by Trinidad. This is probably the best pure boxing exhibition De La Hoya has given.
I thought there'd be some hellacious exchanges. It hasn't been that way, but De La Hoya's.
And the wide hook of Trinidad, very bad for him. Oh, that one got in.
In Las Vegas.
Couple of jabs by De La Hoya. Good right hand by De La Hoya. And Trinidad gets in the hook.
And he's come out here again, intent on getting to Oscar.
And in this round, he has landed some.
Robert Alcazar, very clear in his instructions. Just box him 2 more rounds and we go home with the belt.
Tito Trinidad has won himself another round, I believe.
Picking up in confidence now and letting the combinations fly.
Boy, is he working the body of Felix Trinidad, having one of his better rounds in this bout, and lands a couple of right hands against Oscar De La Hoya. The hook gets in by Oscar. He's not throwing that punch with a lot of conviction, though.
Well, whenever Oscar hears that 10-second warning, he goes right to work.
Here comes De La Hoya, and big exchange, but those are not punches thrown with conviction by De La Hoya. Those are pity-pat punches.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Kill the clock.
I'm fine. Fight of the millennium, it may be Tito Trinidad who needs to do that same thing to Oscar.
He's in a prevent defense right now. The crowd doesn't like it. Early in the fight, again De La Hoya moving constantly, but not throwing too many punches. He feints there, big right hand.
Another one.
Finally, the right hand has gotten there.
Trinidad had great success with the right hand early in this round.
In this round either. I have this fight 6-4 and 1 even right now for De La Hoya, but that is so unofficial. In this round, Trinidad continues to, oh, nice left hook, and that was the first really good left hook he's landed in a long time. Good jab by De La Hoya. He's actually, and the hook again by him, so now he's doing something offensively.
And I believe Trinidad has swept the last 3 rounds.
Certainly the last 3. That'll do it. This one is over. You can make a strong case for Oscar De La Hoya, who I think won this bout by 1 or 2 points.
115 to 113 for the winner by majority decision, de Puerto Rico and unified.